Hello guys, it's Samurai Lens, and today I have brought you a Korean zombie, disastrous and nerve-wracking movie called Alive. Spoiler alert, watch out and take care. The movie talks about a young man, Jun Yoo, when he wakes up at his home with his family outside, and the Korean news starts spreading news about a strange and terrifying case that affects the residents, making them eat human flesh. He will keep floundering in fear and anticipation. What will be his fate, and what will face this little streamer? Let's see. Jun Yoo woke up late and came out of his room. He saw a letter from his mother asking him to get whatever he needed to eat. He goes to his room to play video games with his friends. While he plays, one of his friends alerted them about the news on the television. He left his room and went to the sitting room, where he listened to the news about the virus turning everyone into a zombie. He looked outside through his window and saw everyone behaving abnormally and biting one another. He screamed at the view of a daughter that bites her mother. He attempted to check the corridor of his house, and his next-door neighbor jumped into his house. He tried to send the guy away, but the guy refused to leave. He asked to use the toilet before leaving. As his neighbor was in the toilet, he watched a piece of TV news that said the symptoms of the virus were bloody eyes. He remembered his neighbor's eyes were bloody and brought a gun to attack him. The man became a zombie and tried to kill him, but he pushed him out of the door. He looked outside the room through his door hole and saw something huge attacking his neighbors. He used the fridge to hold the door and attempted to call his parents, but he could not. He eventually got a message from his mother. She tells him they are safe and he should eat the snacks in the fridge. 2 days later, he was alone and hungry. He searched the internet and saw pictures of people calling for help. He decided to post an image of his address and ask for help. That day, he decided to use a drone attached to his camera to surf his environment. As he looked, his phone's battery became low. For the next few days, he played on his laptop. Eventually, his computer got low battery too, and he ran out of power. One day, he looked through his window and saw some zombies attacking a police officer. He screamed from his window and distracted the zombies. After that act, he heard a knock at his door. The zombies had been alerted of his presence in the house. The zombie broke the door and pushed the fridge, pouring away all the food he had left. He was unable to attack the zombie, so he jumped towards the balcony and lured the zombie to come at him. He slipped before the zombie could attack, so he survived, and the zombie died. He didn't have any food left, and he could not also contact his parents. He makes a YouTube video and tells everyone of his safety, but claims he was good as dead. He listened to all the news about the incident, but no rescue news existed. One day, as he watched the news, he was adverts about noodles and remembered there was a plate of noodles left in the house. He went to pick the noodles and ate them. He mistakenly poured the water he had and attempted to get more water. He realized there was no more water in the house. He went to his father's cupboard of alcohol and drank it. He received a voice note from his parents, but there was no network coverage. He went out through the balcony to get a better reception. He listened to the voicemail and figured zombies had raided his parents' hideout. In anger, he went out with a baseball bat to destroy the zombies. He realized they were many and more potent than him, so he returned to his room. He attempted to make another video, but changed his mind. He decided to hang himself. As he kept his neck in the rope, he saw a laser pointer light. The light pointed towards him, so he struggled and removed his neck. The light directed him to the word idiot. The signal was from a young lady who lived opposite him and was also a survivor. The girl is named Kim Yoo Bin. She waved at him and called him an idiot. He closes the window and returns to bed with hope. Kim Yoo Bin, on the other hand, used the chair as a hook for every zombie that entered her room, and that's how she survived. The following day, Jun Yoo opened his window to talk to Yoo Bin. She asked for his name, and he used his phone to show her his name while she showed him hers. While they were talking, a zombie attempted to enter her house, so she stopped their conversation. She told him she would speak to him by 7 o'clock the next day. She went to fight the zombie. The following day, Yoo Bin tried to help Jun Yoo send something. She threw a ball with a rope, anticipating that it would get to him, but but the ball fell. Jun Woo saw her attempt and then used his drone to connect a line between them, where Yoo Bin helped him put a food bag. As he ate hurriedly, a zombie saw the rope Yoo Bin threw earlier and dragged the rope. The rope was attached to Yoo Bin's trap, so she ran to save her trap. As she did that, she got hit by a table and collapsed. The zombie dragged himself through her rope and attempted to gain entrance to her room. To save her, Jun Woo used his drone to distract the zombie. The zombies around became alerted of his presence, so they knocked at his door. He got distracted, and before he kept his attention back, Yoo Bin had gained her composure. She cut off the zombie's hand. That night, Jun Woo realized he needed to get food for them, so he decided to seek food. He used a flashlight to gain entrance and hid from the zombie. He got into one of his neighbor's apartments and stole some food items. He saw a walkie-talkie there and took two. He saw the neighbor lying dead on the bed. He got distracted and the zombie attacked him. He escaped from the zombie and returned to his apartment, where he ate the Nutella he got. He put a walkie-talkie, a jar of Nutella, and a food item in a bag and sent the bag through the rope into Yoo Bin's room. As Yoo Bin got it, she spoke to him with the walkie-talkie and appreciated his food. He appreciated her for saving his life and told her if she didn't point the light at him, he would have died. However, she told him she didn't save him. However, he was saved because he desired to live. She got uncomfortable with the suicide conversation and asked him to change the topic, so he asked her if she would eat noodles. They both prepared noodles in their respective homes. They talked about height, and she told him that the 8th floor of his apartment was empty. He commended her courage and asked her how she could cut off a human hand. However, she reminded him those people weren't humans, at least for the time being. As they talk, they both hear loud noises in their corridors. They checked the windows and saw the zombies coming upstairs. They bent down to ensure they survived, but they knew they couldn't stay long, so she told him they should relocate to floor 8 of his house. They planned for their relocation, and Yoo Bin packed her loads. She jumped with the aid of a rope through her window and fought through all the zombies till she got to Jun Woo's home. They entered the elevator and got to floor 8, but they encountered different zombies. As they fought through them, a man dragged them inside his house. Yoo Bin is skeptical about trusting the man because she was sure there was no one on floor 8. The man tried to make them comfortable and offered them water. They ensured he drank the water before them. After they drank, he gave them canned meals. As they ate, Yoo Bin saw the man going toward the family portrait. As she asked him if he had children, he replied otherwise and said 2 children came into his house today. Jun Woo fell asleep as they had both been drugged. The man tied Jun Woo to the chair and dragged Yoo Bin into a room. He locked her in the room and released his infected wife at her. He told her it wasn't his choice and he couldn't let his wife starve to death. As he talked, Jun Woo woke up. He held a gun against the man. The man defended himself and said it wasn't a crime for him to save his wife, and everyone there had once killed a person. However, Jun Woo begged the man to leave them alone. The man overpowered him and took away the gun. He said he would let him go if he could leave Yoo Bin alone, but he refused. The man stopped hearing Yoo Bin's voice and assumed she was dead, so he opened the door. As he did, he saw his wife's head in a paper bag. His wife attacked him and infected him. Yoo Bin took the gun and shot the stranger and his wife. Unfortunately, the gunshot attracted the zombies around. They all made their way to the 8th floor. Yoo Bin gave Jun Woo the gun and asked him to kill her before the zombies arrived. Jun Woo hesitated, and as they shared their last time, they heard noises of a rescue helicopter. They checked through the window and saw the aircraft. With their last beam of hope, they left the room. Jun Woo stayed behind to fight the zombies and asked Yoo Bin to call the attention of the rescue helicopter. As they both got to the rooftop, they realized the aircraft didn't stop. They shot at the zombies, and that attracted the helicopter. The soldiers helped them in defeating the zombies and took them away. On the plane, internet service was restored, and Jun Woo saw several missed call notifications from his parents. In a voiceover, the news announced that network service had been restored, and the rescue team was rescuing people that made calls for help on social media platforms. As the movie ended, the post Jun Woo made to call for help was shown, and someone commented, "Congratulations." Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post the next recap. See you next time.